Well, hello, model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Rel, and here I am working on my 68 Bullitt Mustang, and I'm doing two of these. And so those of you guys have been following along. But right now I'm working on the one I started first, the over-restored one, and just having a really good time and enjoying this. And I kind of bouncing between the two, some of them working together, some of them not. So the other one's kind of just sitting at the moment. Well, this one is just about done. Although, some of the things I mentioned in one of my videos that I lost the console, and ironically, it turned up. So I stopped looking for it, and it turned up. So now I got to paint it black. And I washed the stuff in purple, super clean. So I was washing it, and apparently it got left in the bucket. So when I put something else in there to strip and was going through it, that one turned up. So I was like, hey, there it is. So I got that back, even though I had a few offers to replace it. But I did have, how many more 68 kits do I actually have? 3? So I could have dug out another kit for the console. And that was a possibility, and I was back and forth on, am I going to put it in the Survivor car, is what I'm calling the other one. This is the over-restored. But the console glues right to the glass, which you can see here. And then I decided I was going to semi-gloss it out. There are no sun visors in here. I may add some sun visors to it. At this point, I don't think I'm going to, because it's really hard to see up in there. And the console takes up a lot of the space. So finding some sun visors that clear the console. So, and this is pretty much ready to go in. Even installed the mirror and blacked out the back side of it like the factory ones were, instead of all chrome. Most cars in 68 did not have the chrome backing. I believe that was like federally mandated, but I know at one point it became federally mandated. I just don't know a timeline. A lot of cars were doing it either voluntarily. So kind of interesting. A lot of 50s cars are all chrome backed, and supposedly, the sun or whatnot would shine off of them, but all the chrome was becoming issues. Body, it's pretty much, ready. I was going over the bare metal foil. I got, the marker lights are foiled, but I haven't put amber or the turnstone red on it. But the whole inside is blacked out. Taillights are in it, and I got the foil on it. So, and then the whole black panel is blacked out. Decided I was going to go with that. Kept watching all the footage and of the chase scene, and there's multiple sections of it where it really appears blacked out, and you really can't see the taillight bezels. There's multiple debates online on what really happened, and people that whether they were there or not, or what everybody believes they see in the footage. So in the film, but the restored car as it reappeared, or Survivor car, the black is pretty much gone. It's all green. So whether or not one car had it and the other car didn't, or it was just thinly painted and it wore off over the years because the chrome bezels are much more visible. The gas cap is blacked out. But I didn't sand the GT emblem off. It's so faint. But I didn't want to mess up the chrome. So I kind of left that alone. It's all foiled. Looking really good. Foiled around all the windows. Got the front done. Got the grille there. And the headlights, which look really good on this kit. And then I got a little bit of foil on the front edge of it. And then I painted the aluminum around. And then I put the grille insert in there. Looks really nice that way, especially when I put the hood on. So, I like the way that's looking. It's real sinister, which, that is how the real car was too. So, the foil on those and those lights in there. So, it's getting to the point where this thing's ready to go together. And I'll get some of it together today. Here's the interior. Really, really happy with this, even though it does not have the deluxe door panels. But that dash is looking really good. And it's all pretty much detail painted. There are decals for the gauges, but I decided I was just going to detail paint it. As you can see in there, there's the Mustang emblem on that side. Let's see if I can get it to focus on it, because it doesn't want to do that. But there's the Mustang GT badge on that side. And then the steering wheel has an decal as well. And there's multiple decals. Matter of fact, got 3 on the battery. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 right on the battery. And then this data plate on that side, or the decal there. So those are on there. Then I put the bottle on the other side. The 67 has a bag. 68 has a plastic bottle. So detail painted the rest of that. The seat came out looking really nice. I'm really happy with that. And you could see it through the window. And the foil work and all this stuff. So really happy with that. But one of the things with this, it's because it's die-cast base, it has 4 screws to mount it. So I got my screwdriver out and I got 4 screws ready. But once it's together, the only one that's visible is the gas tank one, which I may just cover it in a epoxy putty and then paint it or sand it, to hide that. But, the rest of the chassis hides all the rest of it. One of the other mods I like to do on these is it has pivot points here that sandwich in the interior right here. So when it goes down, it sandwiches, and it also pinches in the body right there. So that's how the die cast is meant, and it keeps the hood pivoting. It doesn't come off, but I want the hood to come off. So that's why I cut them. The way you see more of it. So I did that. Here's the engine and chassis. You can see with the air cleaner and the carburetor on there from the 66 Shelby. And the 390 decal right on the air cleaner. It's looking good. There's a decal for the upper radiator hose. And then the caution fan decal right there. So I got those on there. And there's also one on the oil filter, which there you go, if you can see it. The auto light decal there. So, but the only thing that's really stopping me from putting this on is you're supposed to paint the wheels and put them on here first and then put it on the body. Well, I haven't painted the wheels yet. So that kind of stops that. But one of the things I did do that I missed, watching the footage, I forgot that, and the Survivor car, these are not chrome. They're body color. So right now they haven't been cleared, but I brushed the base coat on there multiple times. But it's on there. And I think one of the pictures in the magazine, you can kind of see it. I think it's, this is all Marcus's bill, which is awesome. But there's a photo of the interior, the real car as it, this is what I'm replicating as a Survivor, and I'm going to try and replicate all this patina. There's the picture, but yeah, you really can't see them there, but they're body color instead of chrome. And I got to put the rust on there, but you can see in that picture that it's green. A good chunk of it's green, and some of the chrome, but a lot of the paint is worn off the chrome. So I kind of wonder when it comes to the Survivor car, over the years, because the movie car, they painted over that chrome and took some of the other chrome off. But the chrome is pretty much back on the real car. But whether or not they replaced it, like the front bumper was replaced, and, over the years, just touched it up and fixed a few things. So it's kind of fun to see all of that stuff. So I was looking at Marcus's article and stuff here and how he did some things, and I pretty much did a lot of the same stuff. But, getting some inspiration from him as well. But, he did the same thing to the tail panel, and I just really like the way that looks. So the Survivor car is going to, not have the black, or maybe remnants of the black, but not to this point. But when I put the bumper on, she looks really good. Check this out. Let's get that lined up. Yeah. So other than a little bit of shine, get some clear on those parts, on those sections, and then clean up that. But so that's going to go on there. But windows are ready to go in, and they just pretty much pop in place on this one. But here we go. So there you can see the headliner in place, and you look at it from the side and everything, so you can see portions of it. So I think that looks pretty good. And then I'll put the interior. See, we get the front lined up first or the back. I don't think it really matters, but the front lines up easier, then get the back. I can bolt those suckers down, but there you can see what that's looking like in the dash. Getting some looks in there. And the whole engine compartment. And then this, a little bit tricky, but got to get this hook right here has got to go in that box on the inside. That's what holds the chassis into the front. See, it's, you know, meant for the die-cast body. And then get all the rest of this slid together. Get one side, there we go, then the other side. But there are some pins you got to get lined up. Let's see. There we go. One. Okay, what about the other one? There it goes. Two. There we go. There we go. So there's the whole engine compartment all together. And then, moment of truth. Will the hood close? Looking at that, no problem. There we go. So, yeah, just gotta, this is why you put the wheels on beforehand, especially the back one. I think, no, the back one clears pretty good. So they might actually possibly go on. But I got a couple of areas to touch up, and she's looking great. I'm super excited about this one. I'll get this one buttoned up, and I'll do some more weathering to the other one. So, you know, I'll get the screws in. I got, you know, I'll pull this back out, but do a little bit of touch-ups, make sure everything's good before I run those screws in. You can see these ones right here, but since I blacked everything out, and then once the wheel's there, it kind of hides them as well. So, some cool stuff. Fairly cleverly thought out for a die-cast turned plastic. And, you know, these are fun. These are pretty easy to do. So, let's see probably got to tweak that exhaust just a little bit. Get that a little bit more centered. So, a little tweaking right there for me as well. So, you know, little things like this as you're fitting things and the last minute stuff. So anyways, it gives you an idea what this thing's going to look like, and I'll button this up and everything, and you guys will see more of it in coming weeks though, because I'll switch to the other one and go back to, you know, all of this stuff that's in here and ready to go. Get it more weathered. So, like I said, found that console. Pretty happy about that. As I was gonna not worry about it too much, but it's coming along. Anyways, you guys, I just was gonna share this with you, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and everything for this like final peek at everything apart before I get it all finished up here, and then I'll display the finished thing. I'll probably get them both done at the same time and do that video at the very end. So, you guys, thank you for tuning in, subscribing, and all your comments and everything. I really do appreciate it, you guys. And you can have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time.